Much to the shock of the fans, as reports go, Roman Reigns might be away from WWE for a prolonged period. SummerSlam saw Seth Rollins dropping a surprise return and cashing in on his Money in the Bank contract, and since then the fans have been losing it all over this segment. However, what unfurled on the latest episode of WWE Raw will hurt a few emotions as Roman Reigns, CM Punk and LA Knight were being destroyed. This is the second time in the year that Reigns will be off after a significant PLE. Following his defeat at WrestleMania 41, he appeared on the Raw after the PLE, only to be taken apart by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. As reported by Wrestling News, Roman Reigns has some serious Hollywood scheduling coming up for him. Roman Reigns will be away from WWE for a prolonged time. The latest episode of WWE Raw saw Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker dismantling Roman Reigns into bits and pieces. After coming out to attack Seth Rollins, he was lured into the ring, where the OTC did hammer down Breaker and Reed. However, before he could capitalize on that, Seth Rollins hit him with a stomp, thereby flattening him for the inhuman assault to come. Rollins and Reed held up Roman Reigns for Breaker to spear him into half. With Reigns flattened out and contorting in visible agony, Big Bronson Reed climbed the top rope and executed a perfect tsunami. Even before Reigns could hold his breath, Reigns went to the top rope again and delivered another soul-crushing tsunami to the OTC. Despite the WWE officials rushing to the ring, it wasn't enough to stop Reed from taking flight again as he splashed in for a third tsunami, thereby leveling out Reigns once and for all. Reed eventually concludes the segment by stealing Reigns' sneakers, thereby bolstering his reputation of the tribal thief. After a beatdown of a lifetime, it goes without saying that it was all for a reason. The sheer brutality of the attack simply gives away one thing that Reigns will need a lot more to recover. Is he genuinely injured then? Or is it just another spoke in the grand wheel of storytelling? Despite securing a win at SummerSlam, Reigns had other plans after the PLE. The report states that he is going to be away from the squared circle to be a part of the Street Fighter movie shoot, which will be starting shortly. Not only does this Roman Reigns away from the story, but this also somewhat kicks off a wait for the fans and also a free run for Seth Rollins and his infamous faction. Knowing WWE and their plans, Reigns might actually be away for a good deal of time. However, with his face already on the 2025 Survivor Series War Games poster, it is expected that he will come back for the Mega PLE later in the year. With that being said, we are still a good 3 months away from the event, which only means that Reigns can get a significant portion of shoot done before he returns to take down Seth Rollins and company. WWE is cooking something massive with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins have been at each other's throats for an eternity now. Ever since that betrayal by Seth Rollins, Reigns have been trying desperately to lay his hands on Rollins in the same way that he and Dean Ambrose were taken out. He had a glorious chance of the same at WrestleMania 40 and 41. Such was his drive for vengeance that he was okay with Cody Rhodes winning the championship in the previous year's Showcase of Immortals. Something similar happened this year as well. Consumed by his hate for Seth Rollins, he completely overlooked how Paul Heyman tricked him into a low shot. Since then, Reigns have been at the receiving end of Seth Rollins' trickery and brutal beatdowns. Unfortunately for the company, they are unable to build a storyline due to the recurrent absences of Roman Reigns. However, once Reigns returns from the reported break, WWE will actually have the potential of building a concrete storyline where he might be involved in one of his finest rivalries of all time. Whether any belt will be involved or not, that is a story for the latter days to come. However, the sheer hatred that these two share will make an epic story for a potential WrestleMania main event. No matter the stage, no matter the PLE, when it's Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, the world will come to a still. Please do let us know in the comments what your take is on a potential WrestleMania 42 main event between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.